All right. Hey there, everybody. Bless your heart, boys, coming at you on a special Friday segment. Friday, we moving, baby.
We're moving. I mean, we typically do this on Tuesday. We decided this week we're going to do it on Friday, and we might move to Fridays, but who knows?
Maybe we're moving until we're not moving anymore.
That's exactly until we get stopped.
Till we get stopped. I mean, I don't know. I think that maybe Fridays might be a better opportunity for everybody.
I like it, man. I mean, Friday, you kind of winding down from the week. Saturday, Sunday hits, need something to do. Football's over. Maybe I'll listen to a little podcast. I don't know.
I mean, it worked out for us this week.
You sure did.
You know why? Not just moving Friday podcast, but moving.
Moving. Who was moving?
I like to move it.
I don't like to move it.
What happened?
Well, got the cash offer on my house, as I mentioned last podcast. And,
yes.
They said you got to get out quick,
okay.
And we did. But that involved like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
All the things.
Getting it all out.
Yep.
I don't know where anything is. I mean, nothing. So we got 100 boxes downstairs. No idea where anything is. It's been a really, really good time.
Well, you found your Bless Your Heart Boys sweatshirt.
I did.
That's
I didn't
good.
find my T-shirt, but I got my sweatshirt. So
got the sweatshirt. I love it, man.
That's right.
I mean, how crazy has it actually been, though?
It's been really crazy. So, this new house is more of a single level. It's a ranch style house with a nice big basement. And we had a house that had 3 floors, this last time around. And just trying to figure out the nooks and crannies, where you can put stuff, what's going to fit here, what's going to fit there. We're going to have the largest carport sale of all time. Look for that coming up in Kennesaw. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. We got a lot of stuff to get rid of still.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like it's.
But we're in. It's getting there.
So you are in.
Yeah.
And living La Vida Loca.
My wife has been working 2 full-time jobs. That is at the law firm, and immediately comes home and starts working on the house. So
well, there you go. Have you been able to cook anything in your kitchen?
Not really. So far, we've been doing a couple of homemade meals, but mostly whatever we can scrounge up.
Whatever you can scrounge up.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about this segment, Bless the Bellies. All right. Bless the Bellies.
Bless the Bellies.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, coming straight out of Thanksgiving into now it's okay now, everybody, to put up the tree, the lights,
and people
everything.
think like Thanksgiving is the only like really amazing kind of foodie holiday. I
That's-
beg to differ.
That's when the cookies come. Ooh. That's when the pies come. Ooh. It's going to be good.
I had a kind of a terribly scary thing happen yesterday, though.
Okay.
My wife always calls me when she's on the way home. She's such a sweetheart, and she goes, "Is there anything I can stop and get you?" And I'm like, "Well, if you're going to stop," which sometimes I think she really does have to stop, but sometimes I think she just stops for me. She's like, "Well, if I do stop, what would you like?" And I'm like, "I want some of those Little Debbie Christmas cakes."
No way.
I love those things.
Dude, okay. I've got to show you. I know we talk about a bunch of different things that you can make, and this is not one of those little thingies I was talking about before for Halloween.
The rice-a-roni treat?
The rice-a-roni treat. No. There is a Christmas cake dip.
Oh.
Where they take all of those the white. You're talking about the white Christmas cakes with the frosting and the stuff inside.
The only Christmas cakes out there.
Yeah. Well, you could crumble those up, stick them in, and you put more cream cheese and stuff inside it.
Like melt it down?
There is a recipe out there for a Christmas tree cake dip. And I don't know, you can dip whatever you want to in it.
I will be checking that out.
But we need
like little pretzels in there and stuff. Oh, man.
Sure.
Okay.
Maybe a candy cane?
That sounds good.
Maybe What about the candy cane? What's the peppermint thing that you had the other day from Chick-fil-A? Oh, the milkshake.
The peppermint chocolate chip shake. Oh,
goodness gracious.
That thing real nice.
That thing real nice.
So I'm talking to her, right? And she says, "I'm going to stop and get you some of those Christmas cakes," because she knows I've got a problem. I love those things. And she calls me back like 30 minutes later, and she's like, "They don't have any. None of them. 0. Not one single box in the entire store." So I had to settle for like some nutty bars. Very disappointing. Not as good.
Isn't there something similar to the cake? It's just the holiday side. Like, isn't there there's a Twinkie kind of roughly the same? No, doesn't taste anywhere close.
No. My wife used to work for Little Debbie when she went to school up in Chattanooga, and she knows all the secret recipes and this and that. And I'm telling you, there's nothing better than a Christmas cake.
What is it? Little Debbie's now Big Deborah.
Big old Deborah.
She big old Deborah. Where are those M&Ms you just took off the table?
Would you like it?
Let me get this should be a Christmas
holiday snack for you, sir.
Do they have them in red and green or that? Like these almond things are the bomb, by the way.
I think they do have red and green, but you'd have to pick the yellow and blue out and just kind of set them aside. Or the brown.
And this says share size, but that's
not true.
This is my size. This is a my this is a my size.
Say bless your heart, boy size.
Yeah, but these things are the bomb. These
they are the bomb.
Almond. I mean, the peanuts were good, but the almonds.
When they slip the almonds in there, it kind of reminds me of the old Mars bar that you can't get anymore. Remember the old Mars bars used to have?
Yeah,
I love them, and I mean those are awesome. So.
See how loud we can get here without it.
Oh. What about your favorite? You know, it's obviously fast food kind of treat.
I found
Christmas
a green one.
Treat. Like there you go.
Yeah.
Already feeling more festive, I'm sure.
I am.
So, what about your favorite kind of at the holidays kind of fast food little treat that you can buy?
So my dad is the McRib back.
Yes.
Is that this is a this time of year thing?
Yes.
I mean,
I don't know why.
I don't enjoy it, but
no.
It's my dad's thing. For me, in the holiday season of things, I do like the. I mean, I'm not like a Starbucky kind of person, but I do like those like holiday things every once in a while. Like you can make fun of me all you want to, but I'm a grown man and I'm fine with it.
Matt, do you like the grande latte?
I do like the peppermint mocha latte, okay? And I'm not going to lie, I did have myself one of those pumpkin spice lattes as well. I try them.
I'm not surprised.
I try them. Don't knock it until you try it. And you know what? But I am mostly a all black, nothing else, save me no cream. I like my coffee black. But I do like it every once in a while. Yeah. Like it's a treat.
The only person I know that goes to Starbucks and he's like, I'll take the extra large Pike.
That's it, black.
Okay, black.
No room
Pike.
for cream.
I'm like, great. Sounds good.
Or Dunkin' Donuts has the new dark. What do they call it? I just found out about it. It's the it's just a darker black coffee. I can't remember what they call it.
It's a blacker than black coffee?
It's a blacker than normal black coffee. It's called the extra black or midnight. It's called midnight.
So it's like,
but you can
not the 9 o'clock at night.
But those of you that don't know this, on the Dunkin' Donuts sign, it does have small, medium, large. There's an extra large. You can ask for the extra.
Needs an extra. The large is like
this guy.
It's like a 5-gallon bucket.
Doesn't matter.
Depot.
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, those are my favorite treat is kind of one of those little drinks and going coming after it and get it. But my dad loves the McRib. That's his thing.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's definitely. I think the people that love the McRib love the McRib. There's no middle ground. You either like it or love it or you hate it. That's it.
Yeah.
I
don't think a rib is involved.
There is no.
I don't think
no rib. It's like a.
I don't think there's a rib involved.
An artificial meat patty thing.
Yeah.
No. But my favorite. So a couple of years back, was traveling, was going to Pennsylvania to see the in-laws, and I stopped at some McDonald's in Virginia or somewhere, and they were selling the McDonald holiday pie, and it was a baked apple pie with like a vanilla frosting over the top of it.
Is it all the leftover pies that didn't get sold? Then they just say,
I don't know what it was. It's probably like a sausage.
It's their one. It's their one time a year special apple pie with the frosting on top.
Yes, and it's kind of like a Pop-Tart, right? It's
and they have them here locally right now?
No, I mean, I've never seen one here.
Holiday.
What I'm saying is we need the McDonald's holiday pie in Atlanta.
Interesting.
We do, because it was amazing. I loved it.
I think the other thing that I really love around this time of year, like my oldest son, Keegan, he just asked for chili. You know, because it's getting a little like you're getting your chilies, your chicken and dumplings.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I was just up for my birthday, and my mother-in-law, thank you, Julie, made me the greatest chicken and dumplings ever. But what she did is she doesn't just use like the biscuit or whatever that you would get, like I don't cook, so I don't know. I mean the little whatever Pillsbury Doughboy crack the biscuit,
like the pie crust stuff, or like
whatever you would make. Maybe but they make the biscuit,
crescent roll
biscuit. Okay. It's the little doughboy guy. I
don't cook either.
But. Anyway, but what she uses is when we go to Texas all the time. There's a place called Rose's.
Yeah,
and it's called the Tortilla Factory. She takes the tortillas, brings them home, freezes them. So when she makes chicken and dumplings, she uses those tortillas.
Boy, oh boy! So we got
beautiful,
like Tex-Mex
chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
So, I mean, those are the kind of things. I mean, it's getting colder this time of year, moving into blessing the belly on the warmness of the chilies and the stuff.
Love. We do like a Santa Fe stew.
Yeah,
that is just terrific. I love it, and that's it's kind of spicy.
Yep.
You know, we get a little cold
or
outside.
the tomato soup and the grilled cheese comes out.
Sure, yeah. But I mean, you know, if I'm going to go out during the holidays, you know, it's kind of bad. I'm either wanting some steak or some seafood.
Now we're going to go out for our Christmas party for the company.
Yes,
and we're going out with some employees and all of our vendors and stuff. And we are looking at going out to a steakhouse. And I know for a fact in 2 weeks you're going to end up with the lobster bisque as your starter. I know that. I mean, that's just what happens.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to end up with it, or a tomato bisque, or so. I don't know. So it'll be something. You'll start with some kind of soup.
I always do. Yeah.
Or
but they do make a good clam chowder there.
Or the French onion soup. You'll probably
love the French onion. I'm a soup.
I'm going to go back now. I'm going to go French onion.
Yeah, I'm a soup connoisseur.
Is that provolone cheese? They just throw the circle on the top and it just melts in?
Yeah, dude.
Is that what it is?
With the little crouton that gets so melted down and all that and becomes soggy. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So good.
I saw a meme the other day that I sent out to somebody. It was like, you can't find your shoes or your keys or your wallet, but you can find one little piece of diced up onion in your food. You can't find any of it, but you can find that.
That's good stuff. That's hilarious.
But I mean,
what was that soup that we used to get at the Northside Tavern? The potato leek soup.
Oh,
that was the best soup I think I've ever had in my life, anywhere ever. And we used to call ahead to see if they had soup.
Dude, I always
go there for lunch.
That was awesome. The thing that it reminded me of was at Olive Garden. You know how like you go and you can get the soup and salad combo?
Yeah.
What are those three soups they've got? Like the Zucca whatever. It's like the sausagey one. Yeah, which is the one I normally get. But then they've got that potato soup. It's like the gnocchi soup. And it's got these little bitty balls of dough in them. Yeah. And Jessica loves that soup more than anything in the whole world. Like,
I don't think I've ever had this soup at Olive Garden. I haven't been to Olive Garden in a while.
But it's the sausagey one that's, I think it's the...
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
But Jessica, she just... I don't know.
Just loves it.
She loves it.
She does, yeah. That's good.
And it is what it is. But those soups and things, it's getting colder. I wish it would stay cold.
It's kind of been weird. It's been up and down, up and down, up and down. But, you know, I mean, we had a frost warning yesterday, cold outside, but by 3 o'clock it's 60 degrees.
Like it was nice and cool outside, and here we are in studio, and I'm starting to burn up a little bit. Just saying.
I know.
I mean,
we had to turn the air on. It's like what's
turn
going on
the air on. Let's go.
It's insane.
Let's go. But yeah, so bless your bellies, y'all. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, and in the comments this week, if you're watching the old podcast on YouTube, you know, I'd love to hear what your favorite Christmas treat is.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Please include that because we'd like to share some of that on our next podcast.
And I'd love to try them. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Let's
I wasn't going to say that.
I would love to try them. I think that a lot of the stuff that we talk about is food related, but, you know, look at me. So.
Well, you know, hey, mad at you.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Exactly.
Bless their hearts again. Let's get ready for this sports segment.
Look, I know.
And let's get past it.
Yeah,
I mean, let's get past. We went from the food. Let's get past the sports so we can move on to the bigger topic of today.
You know what, though? I mean, I have to confess, the last couple of weeks I have not been as enthusiastic about sports as I probably normally am.
No.
But this week, you know, there's some things to sort of kind of be happy about. A little bit.
FSU is not excited about a few things that are going on right now.
You know, I'm so sick of hearing this whole, is it the deserving team? Is it the best team? Well, FSU wasn't one of the best teams. FSU won on the field. If you lose a game, you're not one of the best teams.
Correct.
I'm sorry.
Zero.
It's like, it doesn't matter. You don't deserve to be there.
And why have a Power 5 if you're not going to let one team that is in it,
correct,
that won out? Here's the thing, guys. We're just going to go ahead and talk about it. When you can get through adversity, you are a winner. And they found every way to win.
And
but apparently, they don't think that you are.
Apparently, Nick Saban and his goons in Alabama have enough room in the check account to write a nice check to the committee to get them in. It's preposterous. And then the QB went down, so they're not as good as these other teams.
Dude, I'm a coach.
That's one player.
You're only as good as your weakest link. And guess what? FSU's apparently weakest link, who's not their starter, came out and they found ways to win.
Right.
That's what you tell kids when you are coaching them is you're only as good as your worst player. Let's everybody get better. And they had that mentality. They won through, and they got hosed at the end.
What hosed them was the fact that Louisville, before the ACC championship, their last game of the year, they lost to Kentucky.
Yeah.
So they became a 2-loss team. If they would have beaten Kentucky, another ACC win over the SEC, and then lost to Florida State, I think Florida State would have got in. I just think so. I think the eyeball test would have passed. They would have made it in, but it's absolutely ridiculous. So you're telling me 2 weeks ago, Georgia's the number one team in the country.
Yeah.
By far. Number one, first place, number one.
100%.
They lose one game to Alabama by 3 points in the SEC championship. And now all of a sudden they're the fifth best team in the country. And
Alabama jumps to what?
It jumps to, I don't know, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is preposterous. They screwed it up. FSU got jobbed. They should be in the story.
I love what you sent that ESPN. I mean, it was a picture of that said the NFL playoff committee will now have to vote out the Jaguars after playoff contention despite their record because Trevor Lawrence is injured. I mean, it's like,
I mean, the best quarterback went down.
Gone.
Let's take him out.
Chalk up the season.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's out of here. I feel sorry for all you FSUers. FSU is in the ACC, Georgia Tech fans here, but at the same time, it's close to my heart because North Cobb High School, where is my alma mater, we have the FSU fight song as our fight song.
I thought that was the Braves fight song.
No. Not
should be.
This is the chop, but the fight dun, 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 that's the FSU fight song.
No, you did. That was the Georgia Tech fight song. What you mean is, oh.
No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. Not at all. Not even close. Check it out. North Cobb High. I'll play it. North Cobb High School's fight song. I love it. So yeah. So that's it. FSU. I feel sorry for you guys. I hate it, and I don't know if it's done. I don't know if it's over. I think they still come out with the possibility of this last minute like emergency thing. You don't think so?
Yeah, I saw that JJ Watt.
Let's blow it up.
He was like put on Twitter like emergency college football playoff.
But why not?
Because it's the NCAA.
Because
When's the last time they did something?
Because it's about the money.
When's the last time they did something like really innovative and cool? Yeah, never.
They need to. They need to chalk it up and make it all happen. But yeah, so that's FSU.
Sorry, criminals.
Yeah, it is what it is. Braves. What about our boy?
Arbitration. Last year of arbitration. This year, of course, we're talking about Max Fried, our
Yep.
ace pitcher.
Yep.
There's a chance he might be gone. And
Fried might be fried.
If he's gone, then we just let everybody go at that point. Just let them all go. Anybody that had anything to do with us winning the World Series in 2021, we'll just let them go.
Fried might be fried.
So apparently we're supposed to be in contract negotiations. You know how that goes.
But we picked up some other pitchers and some things, so we're making some moves ish.
Making some moves. Picked up the kid from Seattle, the left fielder. I batted like 250, hit 8 home runs. I don't even know. We'll see.
We're making some moves.
We're so far away from the Braves, like,
I know.
We'll get back to those guys.
What about them Hawks?
Hawks, losers.
Losers.
Hey, not only the in-season tournament, they didn't make it to the next round. They probably won't make it to the next round. At the end of the season tournament, trends continue with the Atlanta Hawks.
What did you think about the old in-season tournament?
I don't like it. I think it's weird. I don't get it.
I mean, you just mentioned the fact that college football, when was the last time they did anything innovative?
Right.
So it's something.
Well, I mean, they are moving to 12 teams in the playoffs next year, which is way overdue.
Yeah. But the in-season, it's weird.
College football does the kind of the preseason stuff. The first game is some kind of cool, type opening game.
Yep.
The in-season tournament, it's like they're all regular season games, so they still count towards your 82 game record. It's just kind of weird, and the floors are all kind of funny looking. I don't even know who the home team is at the time.
Hurts my eyeballs.
Yeah, like the other night, the Pelicans were playing the who was it they were playing? I think the Lakers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know who was the home team and who wasn't.
No.
It was just weird.
It was weird.
I don't know that it adds a whole lot to the NBA. But if people like it, great. I'm not going to spend any more money to go see a Hawks game.
But it's going to spike up. It's going to spike up viewership. It's just something different. Betting, I'm sure, goes up through the roof because it's something else you can bet on.
It's the live golf of NBA basketball.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Yeah.
And then we got merch that you can sell for it. I mean, I guess new color schemes, whatever.
I did like the Atlanta, city uniforms that they used for the in-season tournament. Those are really cool. I think it could be even better. It just doesn't really mean anything. It's like, what
you still stink at the end of the
season champion. Well, so
it gives you something else to talk about as to if you stink and don't make it through. Like, congratulations, you made it halfway.
We didn't make the playoffs, but we won the in-season tournament. Well, great.
I mean,
that and a dollar buy a cup of coffee.
Don't know what John Daly even said. I would be a massive winner all the time if there was only 12 holes on a course. He's like, well, you only won 12 holes. You had to play all the way through 18.
Should have got that live money.
Should have got that live money.
Yep.
Falcons, Dirty Birds. They won. They won.
And they're first place in the division.
And we're number one.
They are the
Doesn't matter.
They are the largest fish in a very small puddle.
The tallest short person.
Yes.
The tallest vertically challenged, tallest midget. I don't know what you want to call it, but tallest of the smallest.
I think it's small people.
Small people.
Yes.
Okay. The smallest.
Little people.
The smallest of the tallest of the smallest.
Wasn't there a show called The Little People? Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just
But they're number one, but they are the best of the worst.
Correct. They are number one in our hearts.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, they
Way to
won
go,
13-8. Ritter was still terrible. Defense played a fabulous game.
They did.
Going into Tampa this weekend, I like our chances. Book it. Falcons win.
Yeah. What was the stat that came out for Koo? He's like all-time scoring ever.
Yes, overtook Butker and somebody else as the most accurate field goal kicker through a certain amount of games.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he's been great.
Koo, Young Hui Koo. Yeah, but Falcons, they're going to be playing this weekend against the arch rivals, the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
Yeah. I mean, we should be able to single-handedly just crush them. We should be able to win out the rest of the season.
We should have won against the Vikings. We should have won
know.
against the Titans. We should have.
I know.
We should have won so many games. We didn't.
I think we've already spent too much time on it. They
Me
just
too.
are. They are what they are. They don't deserve our time anymore. But you know who does deserve our
Flying
time?
high.
Do you know who deserves our time? Is the KSU Owls.
Kennesaw State University.
They have made the ESPN top 10 in 3 times in the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
3 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah, because twice during the Thanksgiving break.
Once was against Northeastern.
Yep.
Then it was when they played UNC
Asheville.
Asheville. Jamel King had the block to basically send the game to overtime.
Yep.
And then Simeon Cottle hits
Boom.
the 3 at the buzzer
Oh, my
in the
word.
same game.
It was so nasty.
and we'll win the game.
Yeah, but the top 10 play was the block.
Top 10 play was the block, and it was
Yeah.
just
It was immaculate.
It was a LeBron from behind against the Warriors kind of
Yeah.
block. I mean, it wasn't LeBron, but it was still a great block on their best player. Sent it to overtime. We ended up coming back and winning the game. It was amazing.
I missed you at the game. We went to the 75 showdown, and we had an awesome showing from Kennesaw State. We packed it out and had the largest group at the Convocation Center ever. The fans
that
were
was the Georgia State game.
the Georgia
correct?
State
Yeah.
game. Yep.
And
The
they
75
beat Southern
showdown.
this year. They beat Southern. They
Yep.
beat State. I mean, who else? Let's play Georgia. Let's play Tech.
Play
Let's
them
go beat
all.
I
Let's
love
go.
it. But they're doing really, really great. I'm proud of the team and
Excited for
Coach
him.
Petway is just
He's
awesome.
just and he's a recruiter, dude. I mean, he is
Man,
just
they're
he
going
is
to be
awesome.
good. Speaking of recruitment,
Yeah.
there was another golf league you may have heard of that recruited probably the best golfer in the world away from the PGA Tour. What do we think about that?
Well, I think Brooks Koepka is pretty excited about it. I don't know if you saw his picture and sitting right next to him. He had said Brooks Koepka has 5 words for his arch nemesis. I look forward to more Sundays, is what he said. Yeah, because of the whole matchup they had. Had to go out to play the holes for the Master. So
That's cool. It's obvious to me that the pith, right?
Yeah.
The fun that they have.
Speaking of John Rahm,
They've got
John Rahm.
John Rahm.
That's who we're talking about.
There is no limit to the money that MBS has, who's the king of Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
And this is not going to stop. We
No.
have no choice. So bottom line is, what we knew as golf, the traditions, the little tournaments in Winston-Salem and
Yep.
the tournaments up in West Virginia, and those tournaments that were like homegrown, the Milwaukee tournament, all that stuff's going to go away. It's going to become these super large tournaments in these major metropolitan areas for
Yep.
massive purses. The golfers are going to continue to get rich, but the stamp that the United States and America has had on golf, I think, is forever going to be ruined. The game is going to be played more globally, more internationally. PGA Tour is going to continue to lose its luster. And this whole move basically is them, the Public Investment Fund and MBS, saying, you better sign this agreement at the end of the year, or the PGA Tour is going to be in real trouble.
Yeah.
Because you're telling me that Schauffele and Cantlay,
Mm-hmm.
and you're telling me Rory McIlroy, after that Ryder Cup and all that went down, isn't listening to them.
Correct.
They're all listening.
Yeah.
And you lose a Justin Thomas, you lose a Ricky Fowler, you start losing these other younger golfers. I mean, the PGA Tour is in huge trouble. That was a major, major blow. It's obvious to me that these players – I watched this clip of John Rahm saying 50 times that I want to play for Heritage, and I'll never move on. It means the world to me, and I love the PGA Tour.
Right.
BS.
And he
it's
just
all about the money.
And he said, I literally made this decision today.
Sure.
I'm like, you knew about no one makes a decision that you have set your platform on for as long as you have in literally a couple of hours.
He made the decision when the $600 million cleared his bank account. Well, that happened today.
I mean, that did happen today. I guess this is for real.
Bye-bye.
So we were talking about merging, and then all of a sudden it was just like, nah, I'm just going to take all of it and hawk all of your players.
I think the merger is still happening. I'm not sure what the structure is, but this is kind of the brutal tactic of them saying, if the merger doesn't happen, we're gonna buy these players away. That's the bottom line.
Well, they're doing it, and they took a great one, Masters champion. I mean, he's
a great player.
He's phenomenal.
I'm not a John Rahm fan. I mean, I'm sure John Rahm has thought about my viewership and my fandom about as much as I think about him. I good luck to him. I hope he goes and makes a bunch of money. I could care less what he does.
I do enjoy seeing a big boy win, though. I mean, it's a good.
Not since the Walrus and Greg Stadler.
Whatever. Bless their hearts again. Sports segment. We're gonna call it done, bro.
Done.
We're calling it done.
We're moving on.
Moving on to bigger and better and emptier things.
Emptier things. Is this the next segment?
Emptier things, baby.
By chance, is this our the
bless the pockets?
Yes, bless the pockets.
Bless the pockets.
This has been a very weird year.
It has been a weird year.
Seems like inflation's infecting things. Seems like everything's just more expensive. I mean, come on, talk to me, Goose.
I mean, it is insane. I mean, you're talking about, so here in the state of Georgia, we had our governor who just put the tax back on, so gas went up literally like overnight 30 cents or something.
Like $2.69. I rolled into the gas station the next week, it's like $3.19. Yeah. I'm like, what's going on? What happened here?
At some point, you can only help as long as you can, and then they're going to have to get their money.
What was the tax again? It was like some weird export tax or something.
I can't remember. But we've got all kinds of stuff. I mean, inflation, and coming around the holidays, I mean, you got to think about it. Some things that factored into it, we were looking at it. They were talking about possibly the Fed rates may go down at the earliest March? Yeah. Maybe March, maybe not even until the summer, but it's still only like 0.5%. But think about the things that have come on to happen. I mean, school loans, I mean, the help on that just came, they took that away. So, I mean, relief on school loans, people are starting to pay their school loans back. Companies aren't really hiring at the rate they were. So, I mean, they've got a lot of people out looking for jobs, but companies aren't hiring. Not that they're firing or laying off. That happened at the beginning of the year, right? But now we're sitting here going, okay, well, we're just being very selective, and you're only replacing. You're not adding new.
Yeah, it's analysis paralysis. I mean, we've been hearing about this, and you and I, we talk to our clients all the time, and we've been hearing about, this kind of unspoken hiring freeze forever, where we don't want to use outside resources. We just want to hire from within. And you're right. There's a lot of backfills and whatever else for positions. But the stock market did really, really well in November. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be a really long term kind of either depression or anything that's going to kind of come about. Is there going to be a recession? I mean, maybe a mild one. We might be in that right now.
I mean, some people are now backpedaling and going we were in it already.
Yeah, and you mentioned the interest rates coming down in March. I mean, if it comes down 0.5%, is that
enough?
Is that going to help a lot? I think the biggest key is there's going to be a time when there's going to be a flooding of houses that come on the market. Yeah. Right? And when that happens, because there's going to be more demand, I think that's what's going to drive the prices down more.
Oh, of course.
It's not necessarily the interest rates.
Well, I mean, people are still buying houses right now at the rates they are. I mean, you just got your house sold.
I did.
And I'm sure you ended up with a pretty penny for it.
I did. And it's, the cost of housing is not coming down a whole lot.
People still have to move when they have to.
Yeah.
I mean, and so, but the problem is that if you needed to take another job or you got an offer to go somewhere else, now maybe you're still working remotely, but if you're working at a place where you have to go and you have to relocate, I mean, you got to factor in now the fact that I'm going to take my 3% mortgage that I've got, or 2.75,
Right.
sell that
that.
house, sacrifice it,
Yeah.
and then go and pick up another one at
8%.
At 8%.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I think that's really what's kind of stifled the market just a little bit. I've seen some listings, and there were some other homes near me that have been on the market for a long time. I think we got a little bit fortunate. But, it's like, again, the housing market's one thing. Not everybody's out shopping and buying a house this year.
Right.
But people are going to be out shopping for new gifts for their kids, for toys, other things. And inflation, I mean, it's a real thing. I mean, Karen and I, we went out, and I don't remember which night it was, but we stopped in at Publix. I think we bought like 9 items, maybe 10.
Right.
And they granted some of them were sort of expensive items. It's like some hair gel and some body wash, all that kind of stuff. And it was like $79.
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember I opened up the back of the Yukon, and I was like, is that all we bought?
Yeah.
Because I paid, and it was $79. I'm like, it's just insane. So it's just that type of thing.
Yeah.
I remember we used to sit down every year, and we're like, all right, we're each going to give $500 each for Christmas this year.
What can you get for $500 now?
Because, we buy a lot of things for each other during the year.
Yeah.
So it's like we don't wait until just one holiday. It's just kind of what we do.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You buy like a new fresh jacket for your kids, a pair of shoes, done.
I got car payments, $500. I can't buy a tire for the Jeep, $500. It's like $500 is like, remember when $100 seemed to be expensive?
Absolutely.
And now it's like, I spend $100 probably twice a day.
Get your brakes done, $500.
Yeah, I mean, we go out to eat as a family of 4.
Yeah.
Tip and everything, $100.
Which is that's another thing that's crazy. I mean, I remember going out with the family when they were young. We got to eat $45, $50. I can't get out the door for less than $100.
All right, you're gonna have to remind me what we were talking about here, because I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll come back. We'll circle the wagon.
Yeah. So it has to do with the cost of things. So
bless your heart.
So we're going through McDonald's. All right. I had to go pick up some food for the boys, and I drive through.
It's just another trip through the McDonald's drive-through, Matthew.
Yes. So anyway, we're going through there, and it was for me and the boys. That was it. I mean, I didn't honestly. I just went through the line. I think I got like the 20 nugget meal, which isn't really nuggets, and like 2
big tasty though
Big Macs and what. It was $40 for me and my 2 boys, 12 and 13, to eat. And my wife, I told her about this. She's like, it's crazy. And she just looked at me like I was dumb. And I'm like, well, okay, yes. But she said, you got to order it all on the online mobile, on the app. McDonald's has an app. If you get all of the stuff that I bought that we normally will get the kids, and we're not eating at McDonald's all the time, but she went and proved to me that she could get the same exact thing that we got, and we spent $18.
But why? Why would there be such a difference in price?
And so here's the deal. It's because you're the employee. You're not having to pay for that person to go and book and do and put it all in there and have the conversations and all the time that's spent. I don't know how they figure it out.
So it's worth $22 for somebody
apparently
to put in the POS.
But I think that's where we're heading. That's where we're going, as far as, we're taking away, and this is the other rant I'm going to go on, but you're taking away the people that are having to handle it, so you're not having to pay as much for the types of people that need to be doing, because you're doing it yourself.
Just preposterous.
You're doing it yourself. And so I go there, and so I told the boys when I got there and I got the McDonald's and I got through the drive-through, the guy, I had a trailer on the back. It was when we were helping you move.
Yeah.
Okay. I had the trailer on the back.
Thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. I had the trailer on the back, and you know how when they don't have enough time to give you your order at the window and they want to get everybody through, you got to move up to the stop sign? Okay. Well, I moved up to the stop sign.
Oops. Trailer's still in the drive-through window.
So I was like, I asked him beforehand, I said, I have a trailer on the back of my truck. Am I going to fit if I stop at the stop sign? And she goes, I don't know. Let me ask my manager. And the manager was literally maybe a month older than she was, and said, hey, the 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spots that are up there for mobile orders? Just go and pull up into there and just do like a roundabout. So I'm in the truck, pulled up and around. So I've got all 4 spots.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yep.
My window is down. Okay. My window is down. Guy comes out with food, and he's looking around and looking for spot number 1. Who's in spot number 1? And he goes to go back inside to ask who. I'm the only one. I had to call him and go, are you?
Excuse me.
Is that a Big Mac? And Yeah. And walks over and handed it to me. I was like, thank you. And he just ran back inside. And so I left and got home, and I told my boys, I said, look, guys, I've come to find out what's going to make you successful in life within this job market. Be courteous to people and speak to other. All he had to do was go, hey, is this your order? And yeah, it is all day long.
I'm telling you, it's the whole new wave of online relationship building and this and that. I'm afraid to talk to people.
I know. And it's also the, where things are coming down a little bit and not having to worry about cashiers and all other stuff is it's like at Home Depot or it's Kroger or it's your self-checkout.
I am very much looking forward to the White Elephant self-checkout employee party at Walmart this year.
Let's go.
Because they owe me something.
They owe you something for sure.
Because I am a self-checking out fool, and I've gotten good.
The party's coming.
I am saving them money, dude. I can double scan, triple scan, boom, run my credit card early, boom, done. Don't even need a receipt. Email it to me, boop, boop, boop. I'm out the door.
Boop, boop, boop. But that's the problem. So I was looking at like our first jobs. You worked in fast food. I worked as I was a waiter. All right. And so if we're taking away these jobs from these kids to learn how to do the basic things in life, like math, have communication skills, and you're taking those away, how are they going to do those things later?
And wouldn't you argue that you having those first jobs in hospitality
yes.
or in fast food or whatever else, that really spurred me on to want to go do something else? Because I'm like, I am working my butt off for minimum wage. And, but yes, I was still talking to people. I was working the front line. I was working drive-through, doing all this kind of things. It definitely taught me communication skills. But here's the other part of it, too. As we continue to evolve into self-scanning, self-checkout, everything else, there is an undercurrent of 5 to 7 million people in the United States that work those jobs, that do, cashier work, work at, gas stations, whatever else. And, of course, Walmart's one of the biggest with over 1 million employees. Not all of them do that, but they have 1 million employees. We're eliminating those jobs.
Yes.
Okay. So where are those people going to go?
Have no idea.
And some people are only capable of doing that.
Correct.
I mean, it's like, look, there's nothing wrong with it. But if that's all you're really capable of doing, what else are you going to go do?
But here's the other, while we were helping you, while your wife was helping you move boxes into your house and I was setting up your modem, for instance, all right? So what
would I do if I had to set up modems for a living?
But here's the deal. I was sitting there and all I wanted to do, I guess I'm old school. I want to pick up the phone. I want to have a conversation with somebody real quick and get it done. What happened was they were like, okay, well, would you like to chat with an agent? Well, my kids and your kids like to chat more than doing anything. You know how much time they are wasting? Mm-hmm. If you would just answer the phone, answer my question, but no, they want to, here's a link that had all this. I'm not going to read that. I want you to tell me how to do this so I can be done with it quickly. It probably took an hour longer than it should have.
That's automation. That's
insane.
Bots that are out there. That's where we're going with AI. It's basically they're trying to rid an actual physical person that they have to pay for, and they're putting Sally the AI bot.
We're hurting our workforce. We're eliminating jobs to be able to make all this stuff happen, and we're trying to automate things, and yet we are still, and I brought it back around, still having things that cost more money.
Correct.
Because you have to implement those kinds of things which cost money. But it's like, here we are. And now we have these people who are just complete morons that are trying to go out to work that don't have the opportunities that we did to be able to want to do better.
The United States is the number one purveyor of exported goods, right? To put together the things that we need, those prices are going up, okay? I'm sorry, of imported goods. We're importing everything just so we can turn around and export them. But that's costing the American worker. And it's not going to get any better until we can get our own manufacturing back in place, until we get our own infrastructure set, until we can buy American, those prices are going to continue to increase.
And so the reason why this is like really hard and heavy on me, like I don't know if anybody's been watching, and these are the things that we've got to be talking about and having conversation on. And as you're looking at these debates that are going on for the presidential debate, these are things that are real. This is real stuff hurting real people in their pockets to be able to live the American dream. And, for me, I told you about this a bunch. And, I mean, we've got listeners that are out there that do travel baseball, travel sports, travel cheerleading, competition, whatever it may be. And so we are in the middle right now of, I've got my baseball family, and they're my baseball constituents, if you will.
Yes.
And they look at me as to being the fiscally conservative coach. So what we pay out and how we I am a very firm believer in, and I hope that there are a few people out there listening, and if not, send it to the people that need to hear it. But I am a firm believer in that physical and athletic ability to play baseball is not the same and should be the same as financial capability of being able to play. Like, I think that is absolute trash.
It should not cost an arm and a leg to play baseball.
And when a league director wants to send out the fact that this is a travel baseball team and these amounts of dollars for this should not affect your budget to be able to play, I want to tell them to go pound sand, because what you've done is you are basically what's happening is I was able to keep our costs down for finding really good deals on all the stuff that we've got going on, using the same logos, using all the stuff.
Yeah.
And now we're being forced upon us to pay $100. We got a 20% discount, but we're still paying $75 for a jersey, a shirt, bro.
That's crazy.
And so here's what's happening. And everything has to be in now before the end of this week.
And it may not make a difference in the long haul, like him saying, like, these are the travel baseball teams, these are mitigated costs, whatever the case may be. But it's Christmas time, bro. It's Christmas time.
What he's saying is that
it's not just the one kid, right? So you've got the one
we got to
kid that
look.
plays
We got to
baseball.
keep up with the Joneses. Is basically what he's saying.
But
that's ridiculous.
You got one kid that plays baseball, but maybe you got another kid that's playing football, maybe
or in the band,
or maybe
doing something else.
It's not. It's just the cost of living.
Yeah.
I don't think my parents spent $100 on my Shaw Park baseball jersey when I was 7 years old.
I try not to spend
Maybe
$100 on my shoes. You know what I mean? But it's impossible at a size 14. It's a lot of rubber. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
I need to borrow some shoes, by the way.
You can't find them moving. But I mean, for us to be sitting here going, okay, we're going to force this on you at Christmas time. Hey, your kid who's 13 or 12 is now going to be getting a uniform for Christmas that he's not going to see until February.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy it.
When you had 10.
Sorry about what you really wanted.
When you have 10 of your 12 players that are on the team that were with you last season and everything still fits. Everything is still the same name.
Why can't you just wear that? It's baseball. We're just playing ball.
We changed the name of the organization, and the only thing that changed was a logo on a hat.
Oh, yeah, that was the Women's Basketball Association.
The Women's Basketball Association.
Oh,
you got it. Anyway, so I'm not going to poo-poo on them anymore.
Anyway, let's talk about something a little more fun.
It is what it is.
Just to kind of wrap
but that's how I just wanted to talk about. That was making me mad that we're doing that to people at the holidays because, the pockets are empty.
But
bless the pockets.
Bless your heart, buddy.
Sorry.
I mean, that's important stuff, and you're absolutely right. You can't. Every dollar is precious. You can't go to somebody and just say, hey, sorry about the uptick in costs, even though you bought brand new pristine uniforms last year.
Yeah.
Hope you understand. We're changing the logo.
It's ridiculous. No one cares. These kids want to go out there, have fun. They don't care what they – of course, you don't want them to look like idiots. I mean, they're not out there,
parents
sandlotting.
Listen, some parents, some double-income parents are challenged to be able to afford that stuff. You cannot ignore that.
You're keeping up with the Joneses. I've been out to plenty of places where we were wearing jerseys that were more expensive and – then play another team who's wearing jerseys that are way more expensive, and we still beat them.
A couple of years ago, we played that team. Remember that volunteer guy that had put that team together, like in South Atlanta,
yes,
Eastbourne or whatever.
Yes,
and you could tell those. They didn't have matching pants.
No,
they had nice jerseys and whatever, but he didn't spend a lot on those. And he's out there like, man, most of this stuff I've used my own money to put this together for these families,
and good for him.
I'm like,
bless his heart.
The kids are what's important.
That's exactly
it's not
right.
The jerseys, anyway.
Right?
Yeah. So.
Anyway,
great point.
I think that we should be able to find a way to make competitive. There is a definite difference. There is rec ball, and then there is competitive ball, or there is rec whatever, and then there's competitive whatever. It's the same. It should not cost an arm and a leg to do it because
whether you're repping your own park away, whether you're repping an in-park league, it doesn't matter.
How many people are we leaving them by the wayside because they can't pay for it?
You said it all. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's all I got. Sorry about that.
A couple quick things. Just
bless the pockets. Bless the pockets.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
After you buy your gifts every year, we already talked about we don't have any money this year, so that's cool. But after you buy your gift this year, do you like to wrap, Matt? Are you a rapper? Do you like to wrap the gifts yourself? Do you wrap them right there and then the old department store? The question, though, is do you like to wrap?
The wrap. I am a big fan of wrapping the gifts. However, I use a lot more wrap than I should. You know what I mean? I get down a little too much on the wrap. My corners don't always look as pristine as when the wife does them. But yeah, I'm a big wrapper. I like to wrap.
I have a confession to make.
What is it?
I have not ever wrapped any gifts at all in my life. Before the kids were old enough, I always paid those people in Town Center Mall to wrap my gifts.
Are you kidding me?
And then when they got old enough, my kid, Kellen, dude, she is a magician with wrapping paper. I just give all my gifts to her, and she just takes care of it. Love you, honey. Thank you. You're the bomb. You'll be getting the gifts soon. So
thanks for wrapping my gifts, Kellen. I really appreciate it. Are you a bag and tissue paper guy? Is that your deal?
If I can.
Is that your jam?
If I can.
I mean,
if I got a bag big enough and it fits in, it doesn't look janky, I'm going to shove some paper in there. Done.
I'm whatever's the cheapest this time of year is what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, dude. I'm going to figure it out this year. I'm a baller on a budget.
Funny how toilet paper was really expensive during COVID, but it might be the cheapest wrapping paper I get this year.
I always knew you were kind of a big rapper.
I'm a huge rapper.
There you go.
Huge rapper. As far as wrapping up the hats here, we talked about New Era.
We lied.
We said that we were not going to succumb to the holiday drops that they had.
The hat pressure.
The hat pressure was upon us, and we failed miserably.
We said we weren't going to do anything, and we did. We shopped the drop.
You know what they did?
Love you, New Era.
Do you know what they did?
They just dropped on us.
They dropped on us. They also dropped on us the free shipping.
The free shipping is
what
the
did it.
shipping.
That is the shipping.
I even bought outside the drop. I'm like, I'm just going to buy one holiday hat with a little Christmas tree on it.
Really?
Ding, 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 ding. No, I'll have to show you.
Okay.
We talked about it in the last podcast, some of the logos that we love, and they're really cool.
Yeah.
And the one logo we kept talking about, I saw one, and I had to buy it.
Yeah. Well, I got one, too, and I got mine coming.
Which one did you get?
I got the snowflake ones.
Oh, you know what I got?
What?
I got the Expos hat.
Oh, I didn't get one. Did you really?
Yeah, it's got the All-Star game from like 1970.
Oh, I didn't get the. I got the holiday special. You got the tree, right?
They had the special on, right? The kind of they do the monthly special. Whatever.
This is what you do. You always go one up.
It has the All-Star game from like 1978, and it's like written in French.
Get out of here! You always go one up. We just talked about the Montreal.
It was $24.
Shut up! Yeah. Shut up! But yeah, so this is. I mean, I'm liking the new Gwinnett Stripers hat you got. We did see that
Marvel.
one. That was
what is it called again?
It's called the turnaround. It's the other side. Marvel, the Marvel Defenders of the Diamond.
Yeah, so this is like Marvel going in with the minor leagues, coming up with a logo design. It's like a little worm on a hook.
Yeah, this is our most expensive hat. The New Era. It's got our Stan logo for Standout Resources Group. We had to buy the New Era, and I'll just make sure. I mean, it is New Era. It's right there.
Yeah, yeah. Everything we have is New Era, and we had to get the logo put on the hat.
Yeah, we had to buy New Era. We had to go and buy a hat and then go and have somebody stitch it on.
That is the level of loyalty we have to New Era.
It just fit the dome so well.
It had cost us over $100.
I didn't tell my wife that.
Well, you did now.
Thanks, James. But anyway, sorry, Kara. Sorry, Jessica. But no, I think that's the thing about it. I mean, it just when it fits well, you just know you just got to go get it.
I can't imagine my life without New Era.
I mean, I'm with you.
Or my wife or kids. But New Era.
Other than that. Yeah, the wife and kids go without saying. I think so. But, yeah, New Era is where it's at. We had to go and pay for somebody to put that on for us.
Yep. Wanted to give a quick shout-out to our boy Crash Kemp, Adam Kemp.
The old Crash Kemp.
Sent us a picture of his merch purchase. So thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
And we've appreciated the response that we've gotten. It's been awesome. Thank you to everyone that's taken the time to check out the merch.
Most definitely. We got the new cups, too. So I love that.
New mug. Very nice.
It's looking really nice there, Clark.
I love it.
Really nice. So that's kind of where we are as far as merch update is concerned. Go out there, grab something, check us out online, get everything, link on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, Instagram bio, like, subscribe, follow, do all of the things.
All of that.
And get out there and do something is where I'm at.
That's it, man.
Get out there and do something.
Enjoy the holidays. We're rolling into them pretty quick. We're getting there. We're a few weeks away. And be safe out there. Finish up all your decorations. And, like I said, go check out some merch.
Check out some merch. Until next time, bless your heart.
See you later, Milltown.
My boy, bless your heart, James.
MC BY James.
Bless your heart, Matt, coming at you with a holiday special.
Spitting that flow.
Christmas is my favorite time of year. Time for Santa Claus and his 8 reindeer.
Gotta get out there and buy some toys. But first things first, it's to bless your heart, boys.
Doing this podcast, it ain't my occupation. Gonna need another job with this rising inflation.
Gotta put some gifts up under that tree. Earn some more bread for the family.
Full-time job is executive search, but in the meantime, why don't y'all go buy some merch?
I just heard Matt on his harmonica. To our Jewish friends, Happy Hanukkah!
We're the dumbest people ever. Yes.